years ago when I was younger, and especially when we didn't have the media that we have today, and where we learned karate was from books, basically, that you would open up the book and you would see a person in a position, whether it was, Zen, or, some technical movement in the kata, and all we tried to do was to make these shapes. And the kind of erroneous idea was that if we make really good shapes, we were doing karate. What I think of now is what you're really after is quality movement, not quality shapes, but it's the movement that you're after. Can your body move in a way where you're just adjusting to the circumstance without starting and stopping all the time, but just connecting and feeling the currents as it goes by and just being there like this with them. That's an absolute skill. That's very, very difficult to do, but the first step is you have to get out of being stuck. What you want to do is get away from and try to tie it together.
On essaie de s'éloigner de cette rigidité, si on veut attacher tout ensemble, tout connecté.
And I'm kicking with the top of my foot.
Donne le coup de pied avec le dessus du pied à l'intérieur de la cuisse.
Wouldn't kick to the groin, but we're kicking the inside of the leg just for safety.
On pourrait se frapper au parti, mais en tout cas ici, non. À l'intérieur de la cuisse.
So, just natural, very natural feeling.
Naturel, en évident.
And then just coming off of this. And I'm using just the tips of my fingers, but this would be with relaxed heaviness to this mastoid muscle.
Good.
We'll go harder later. This compression, this rotation.
Compression sur la jambe qui est déplacée.
Just like your kata, this compression, this rotation. So same feeling. Just, and then let it unwrap. Let it unwrap. This is your relaxed heaviness. So this would be, okay, this is here, because the weakest part of Zen Kutsudachi is here.
Le point le plus faible dans la position avant, c'est où que Sensei s'est fait pousser dessus.
Represents my sense of here. So those three things. Whoa. No muscular power. Just
Votre puissance musculaire.
I'll do it really slow. I won't get to it, but the feeling is. A little more, I'm going to super exaggerate this. A little more. I didn't go to the party last night, but I'm imagining.
Party?
The thing is, we're joking, but the thing is, in the auto accident where you have the guy that's been drinking and the guy that hasn't been drinking, who always gets hurt? The guy who hasn't been drinking, because that relaxation is very appropriate at times. So what I would do is, there's still a little bit of this desire to make a shape. I would work on just the feeling of the quality of movement. So I'm just relax, drop my heaviness. You can use your breath to tie that together. I'm going to relax, breathe out. And I'm not using any power. Like you can feel, I'm not using any kime. I'm just settling my weight and my breath on him. That's the feeling.
Votre respiration. So I just use your dance or your relaxation.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Gilles and I are similar in training time, but he is much stronger than I am. And I weigh 135 pounds, and this man is strong, and I'm not this strong.
Well, he's the strongest man in Quebec, you know that.
And he's got much better looking calves. Oh my God.
Comment?
Tu vas être dans l'autre angle pour que les deux
I would make this kibarachi like so, and then you're going to step out and you're going to make this tate shuto like so, and I would say you want to almost feel like, almost as if you were in shomen, but you're kind of stretching to hanmei. So I'm not in a relaxed hanmei. I'm in a technique where I'm like, I want to be here, but I'm pulling my body to here. So that's a different feeling. It's like pulling back on a bow and arrow string. And then my punching is a release of that.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, so there's something that I would call intrinsic strength. And this is one of the latter things that I discovered in my karate, and that was, how do you kind of capitalize on the stretching of your fascia and then the release of that? Just like we said, an aluminum ruler appears to be no energy when it's at equilibrium, but when you bend it, you engender a potential and then it'll snap. So I'm going to use that in my karate. When I step into this tate shuto, I'm going to actually think I want to be in shomen, but as I perform the block, I pull against that position. I don't make a new position. I pull against that position. So right now, and if you can see, but my body's almost quivering. It's because I'm bending my ruler. And then my punch rides off the release of that feeling. So stretch, release, stretch, release.
C'est vraiment, vraiment intéressant. Pas facile à traduire, mais...
And then you're kind of doing this little stretchy move like that, and then I release that. And then when the beauty about that is then when I punch, I'm creating a state of maximum relaxation because I'm letting go. And you can always equate speed with relaxation. So instead of gendering this tension that launches my movement, I'm actually launching it with a feeling of relaxation. That feeling. So stretch, release, stretch, release. Then you make your maigeri. Now here you're going to kind of keep your center close by. Boom, bam, boom, bam. So I'm not driving in like a typical maigeri.
C'est pas un maigiri où on s'élance pour avancer, c'est un maigiri où on reste sur place, qu'on le contrôle à partir de la position où on est.
So hold this structure snug.
Gardez cette structure-là, serrée. Et voilà.
Right. So I'm holding that structure snug and boom. So same timing.
Right.
And then same whip. Like that. Then I'm going to shift, and I'm going to pivot back. And make this shape, like so. So you're there. And then when I do this block, I want to use my body a bit, so it's not just my arms, but that same feeling.
Encore le travail stop.
Then I'm going to come up, and I want you to picture that I put a beach ball here, and I'm going to let your elbows press in on the beach ball, and then you're going to release that. Squeeze. And what I would also suggest is that within your kibadachi, you can create motion without having your legs wobble. So be careful that you don't hold all this really still and just punch with your arm, but drive your center into it, drive your center in. So it's like, but it's tuck, tuck.
Un bon kibadachi nous permet de faire un mouvement large comme il vient de faire.
Yeah, so this stretchy feeling, I'm putting under my arms. Squeeze.
Le ballon est en dessous.
So right now, my arms really want to be here. They don't want to be
Ils
here.
veulent sortir.
Now I could put them here in equilibrium, but I don't want that. I want to squeeze them into that shape. So now I'm pressing down, and then my punch is a release of that pressing down.
If you do it that way,
I'm trying to feel from my squeezing of peanut butter, the sole of the foot. That feeling. So there's a bunch of considerations there. The problem is you want to find the place where they meet, because if you think about just freedom of movement and you have no structure, well, that's not good. And you think about structure and no freedom of movement, and that's not good. So you want to have the marriage, the ideal marriage of both.